On location, LIV Boston, joined now by Tim Butler, caddy for Paul Casey. Thanks for taking some time out, Tim.
My pleasure, mate. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, we were just catching up off camera. I mean, you were on the bag for Paul at Bedminster. You had him at the Open Championship, and then you had that long delay. You had started for him up at Bay Hill. But tell me, like sixth place the last time out, how was that week there at Bedminster?
Yeah, it was all pretty new and exciting stuff. So yeah, it was nice to after a slow start for the week, a nice finish on Sunday. So yeah, it was a exciting and rewarding week. To be fair, it was a nice way to kick it all off.
What were your initial impressions? I mean, you caddied on tours all over the world, and this is your first go at the Live. And what were your impressions just of that first week? Some things that stood out.
I'm going to say I went with a pretty open mind. I didn't really have any. I didn't go with too many expectations. With talking to guys that had done the first two, you kind of the bar was pretty high with people thinking what was going to go on, and so when I turned up, I was really surprised at how competitive the guys were amongst each other. I was, you kind of let your mind drift a little bit with a lot of people talking about how it's a bit of an exhibition tour and things like that. But I was very blown away by how much it meant to all these guys and how much work they put in.
Mm-hmm.
They're competitive animals, as you know as well, and they don't like to be at anything other than their best. And with such short fields and a lot of rewards out here, I think the thing that really stood out for me was how much they wanted to do well.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Mm?
That's a good point. I mean, they are. You made that point. I mean, they are wired differently than most of us as professional athletes, and they're going to adapt to what's in front of them. And so, it has maybe been a little unfair. And so, for someone from the inside to kind of make that comment is interesting.
Yeah, no, it is. It's one of the things. Like I don't read a lot of social media about it all, and try to stay away from it. And it is very polarizing with golf fans around the world and stuff like that. You either like it or you don't, and so some of the little things. That's one of the things that I kind of am disappointed about is I can take on board a lot of the criticism about it and a lot of the things, but to say that it's not competitive amongst themselves, it's so unfair and not true. These
Sure.
guys want to perform at their best at all times. Like you say, they've had a whole life of doing it, and just because they're playing here doesn't make it any different.
Right. Well, one of the things that's been really cool just to track is the team aspect, and Paul's on the Crushers. You guys are my pick to win this week. I didn't get a line on it. If I had to guess, I'd say maybe you were plus 600 as a team, but you got Bryson, Charles Howell III, and then the new addition, Anirban Lahiri, which, that's a great guy to have on your squad. I guess, how do you like the squad, and how's the team prep been like so far this week?
Yeah, the team aspect of it is the thing that's kind of has surprised me the most. When you look at a scoreboard as a caddy, as you know, you walk around, and especially on a Sunday, you're so used to looking where you are and where you figure. But it was kind of weird at Bedminster. I'm looking at the team thing and looking, oh man, we're making a bit of a move here, and then suddenly, man, who made that bogey? Who did that? And it was kind of cool because it was different, and I think it's the aspect of this that everybody's got excited about here. And yeah, look, and the Crushers are no different. We played as a 4-ball today for 9 holes, which was, everybody played together, and the guys help each other, and the caddies, we all kind of get together, and we walked the course yesterday as 4 caddies, helping each other out. And look, there is the individual element of this, but the team thing of it is really catching on. And yeah, and the Anaban has been a real plus for us this week. This golf course will really suit him as well. His strengths will really hold him in good stead for this week around this course. I think he will be one of the dark horses around here. I really do.
Yeah, he made my list as well. Down the way, he's like 50-1. But I was actually out and paired with him at the Wyndham, and he had that ball just on a string off the tee, and his iron game's solid right now. You kind of referenced this a little bit amongst your team, but it's interesting. Talking to Bambi earlier this year, he caddied in the first one in London, and he said it's interesting the camaraderie amongst all the players and all the caddies. Given the shotgun format, everybody's kind of on the same schedule. I guess, have you noticed that as well, just kind of across the whole tour, everybody being on board and welcoming to each other?
Oh, absolutely, and especially with the perception of the tour, with it's a little bit of an us versus them. Sometimes, when the new guys come in, it's great. It's with the new additions every week that you come out here, it's welcoming. Everybody is happy to see you. And it. But with any of the short field events that you go to, we're all lucky enough to go to, these Malaysians and Zozos and things like this. This is just like an extension of that. You travel together, you eat together, players, caddies, everybody, officials, and it's kind of just another step forward from that. Where we do all of those things, but now we're also playing in one competition. So it has brought everybody together, and everybody does seem to get along really, really well. And yeah, it's refreshing.
Yeah. For people that are Paul Casey fans or that maybe track him, in the gambling space, so to speak, I had him on my roster on my squad at Augusta, I think, and he had to pull out with a back injury. Just give us an idea of where his health is right now. I know he's been battling that back all year long.
Yeah. Look, he's obviously a back injury. The seriousness of it, he was out for quite a long time this year, so it's a process to get back to 100%.
Yeah,
he's such a good player, and he's world class, and he's had the career he's had for a reason because he's really, really good. So a 75% Paul Casey is still a dangerous animal. He's still
sure.
Player. So he's not 100%. He's not near 100%, but he's working his way towards that. And like I said, a 75% Paul is still a pretty good player and can do some pretty good things.
Well, yeah, I mean, last time out he finished sixth, so and that's like you said, that's an injury you have to just kind of gradually work back into, and he'll get his strength back and get more of his playing chops. Last question, we'll get you out of here. What's been like your favorite perk so far of caddying out on the LIV Tour?
Oh, cool. My favorite perk, I'm gonna say, not having to worry about finding flights, not having to worry about finding hotels, worry about finding restaurants to eat in. It's all very nicely taken care of for us. It's I'm going to say that is it's a pretty good perk. So
that's an interesting one. Just because I don't think people that haven't done the job, for a living, understand how much additional money goes into that from our standpoint off of our bottom line, but then you're running your own business in the sense that you're having to do all those things, and these guys have stepped up and just said, no, we're going to kind of make that a part of the deal.
Yeah. Oh no, look, it makes you feel valued. It does. You kind of feel part of the, not that, look, let's not, the PGA Tour has been wonderful, and it is a wonderful place to be, and we get a little bit spoilt at times where we think, oh, woe is us. You've only got to look around and look at the office that we work in, the beautiful golf courses and the great people that we hang with and all of that. So that's great. But yes, you're almost treated like it's a feeling like the players have, they take care of everything. There's all the little details are all done. You don't have to worry about anything. So that's the perk. That's nice, and yeah, long may it continue.
Yeah, for sure. Well, hey, thanks for taking some time out. Good luck this week. We'll be tracking the Crushers, and really appreciate your comments.
Thanks very much, mate. Enjoyed it.